The sound you hear is what some experts claim to be a Bigfoot scream. Recorded in the state of Washington by a group of campers in 1971, it is regarded as the highest quality audio of the creature ever captured.
Hello! Welcome to Bigfoot Real Encounters. We're glad to have you stop by. We'd also like to take this time to invite you to share your encounter. You can send your stories to the email bfrealencounters@mail.com, where we will feature your story with all of the respect that it deserves. So send your stories in, bfrealencounters@mail.com. We look forward to hearing from you and your great stories soon. Hello everybody, welcome to Bigfoot Real Encounters. I'd like to welcome all of you who are returning to watch a video and new viewers as well. We are picking up viewers, we are picking up subscribers. It seems to me like it's growing at a snail's pace, going very slowly. I'm starting to get a little more commenting in the comment section below, which is a good thing. Some of the comments, however, are calling me lame introductions and such, but hey, I'm just getting started. And yeah, I know some of the video and stuff like that's not the greatest. I'm just using the equipment that I have. Once the channel gets going, and maybe I do get some ads on here once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I do plan to get some better equipment, so maybe I can do some more effects with the video, do things a little better. A lot of things I don't know how to do yet, but I'm looking and learning. I apologize if it's lame. You can always click on that little red knobby thing down at the bottom of the screen, the cursor, and forward past it instead of crying about it in the comments. That would be an idea. Anyways, we're back here to talk about the Bigfoot, and we've been going state by state by state, and we're going to continue on today. I believe we're going to go to North Carolina. A lot of forested areas in North Carolina. Appalachian Trail, Appalachian countryside out through there, Great Smoky Mountains on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. So we're going to take a look in there. And first of all, it looks like I found a media article, which I do like those. And it's from January 21st, 1979. It's entitled Nobby. Where is he? What is he? Written by Jenny Palmer from the Gastonia Gazette. And it reads, from the back roads that wind through the Smoky Mountain foothills and from the cities that lie below, the masses are converging on this usually quiet Cleveland County community that it's Fair Week. And they're all searching for Nobby, the mysterious creature folks around here have reported seeing for almost a month now. Stop at any one of the country stores and many of the homes that dot the hillsides, and you'll hear the latest Nobby tale. If your face is strange, no one will ask why you've come. Instead, they'll offer to direct you to Minnie Cook's house or Sally White's for a first-hand account of the sightings. Minnie, an 88-year-old woman who became the first to let her story be known, is so terrified of what may be lurking outside her front door that she won't talk to a visitor unless she's been forewarned of his arrival by her son, Albert, or daughter-in-law, Ruby. Each time Minnie goes outside the house, Ruby said, she carries a rifle. People aren't just saying they saw it, Ruby said. The Thursday afternoon as she sat inside the store she runs with her husband. They have seen it. The Cook's store lies in the afternoon shadow of Carpenter's Knob, the foothills hill point just west of Toluca, and the landmark from which the creature draws its name. The store and nearby Mountain View Grocery are where area folks gather to swap their knobby stories, and where outsiders stop to track down leads to its whereabouts. Everybody that comes in here talks about it, Ruby said. A lot of them are scared to death. Me? Well, I'll just tell you, I'm not about to go out looking for it. But others are. Throughout the day, Thursday, a Shelby radio station crew broadcast live from a campground near the base of the knob. The crew, a smattering of newsmen and a host of curious searchers, spent the night hopping from spot to spot in hopes of sighting the creature that's causing the stir. Robert Schaup and Butch Craig cut their high school classes to sit out all day by a campfire near the top of the knob. We're just waiting and looking for it, Butch said. Russell Cook took a day off work to go knobby hunting with Rondell Huffman. We've been all over these woods looking for signs of it, but we haven't seen a thing, Rondell said. Their last trek of the day was through a deep gully that runs behind Sally White's house, the site of one of the most recent knobby reports. Mrs. White claims to have seen 3 times, the last on Tuesday about 8:30 p.m. I heard the dog barking and I looked out, she said. He was barking and jumping up. When he did that, I know there was something outside that was more than another dog. I looked down the path and I saw it. Something long and black coming up through the woods. It's the same thing I've seen twice before. Once before Christmas and once right after. That's the best description, Mrs. White says, she can give of knobby. But others who claim to have seen it wandering along the roadsides, snatching food from a trash dump, and making his way through the woods say knobby is about 6 feet tall, weighs about 200 pounds, and has a small head, flat face, and dark, hairy body. Speculation about the creature's identity ranges from wandering mountain panther to escaped carnival baboon to misplaced bear to Bigfoot. A state park developer drove from eastern North Carolina to Toluca to check the Bigfoot possibility. 2 other researchers working on a project for a Massachusetts university spent at least one night on Carpenter's Knob checking out their own theories about knobby. Area residents say they do not know whether the men have left the area. At least 16 knobby sightings have been reported since late December in the vicinity of Carpenter's Knob. Earlier this week, Forrest Price of Kezar, a community located about 10 miles west of Toluca, reported finding his goat dead of a broken neck and speculated that knobby may have been the killer. His brother said he saw the creature roaming the woods near their homes. An animal den and tracks were found about 2 miles from the Price house. Searchers said the tracks were at least as large as a man's hand and similarly shaped with a thumb-like protrusion. But most people, both hunters and wildlife protectors, are turning up no trace of the mysterious creature as they comb spots where sightings have been reported. Most of this talk is just plain old hearsay, said Clyde Price, whose relatives own a large tract of land near the top of Carpenter's Knob. When something like this gets started, it gets bigger and bigger. Okay, sounds like they may have had a juvenile Bigfoot in the area by the actions that it took, going through dumpsters and killing a goat, breaking the neck, that type of thing. It certainly sounds familiar as to what we have heard as being attributed to Bigfoot activity. And this was an official news media report. They were out there looking, and this was back in 1979, basically the beginning of the big national stir over Bigfoot. This is when the shows in the mid to late 70s came out, like In Search of and others, talking about the subject and starting to gain traction. I just thought it was a really funny 88-year-old woman walking outside with a rifle. Typical mountain person behavior in what we think about them. That's kind of funny. But anyways, wonderful stories in the news media articles. Before I go on to some other ones, I do want to encourage you to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and check out the links in the description. It'll really help this channel grow, and we really appreciate that. Getting this information out helps people when they go out camping, hiking, fishing, in case they come across. They'll have an idea on what's going on and how to behave so that they're not impacted negatively. If you've had an encounter, please get it off your chest. It may help you to talk about it. I know these encounters can be very troubling to people, and that's one reason why I'm doing this. As I watched other channels, in particular Steve Isdall's The Facts by How to Hunt, people were feeling very, very relieved by telling their stories. And even Cam Buckner on Dixie Cryptid, he's just interested in the stories, and he had people thanking him because they felt so much better that they were able to get their encounter story out into the open finally. And it was a great psychological relief for them and really helped them, because encounters with these beings have a negative effect usually on people. So if you've had an encounter and you'd like to get it off your chest, you can send it to me. bfrealencounters@mail.com. I'll faithfully narrate it for you. The only thing I'll cut out is cuss words, and the rest I'll leave in. Won't change your story, won't leave out details that I think, oh, that's just way too outlandish, like some websites are reported to do. I'm not sure if they do or not, although I have my suspicions. Anyways, send them in. We'll get them read for you. bfrealencounters@mail.com. And then while you're helping yourself get all this off of your chest, you're helping us who need to hear it, getting us the information and details that we need to know and understand. So when we're out enjoying the great outdoors, we're keeping an eye on that tree line. We're noticing if the woods goes silent. We're listening for that branch to crack. And we'll have an idea of what to do. We'll be like, uh-oh, I know what that could be. And then we'll be more in tune to and paying attention to our sixth sense, and know when and if it's time to turn around and make tracks for the car. Okay? All right, so send them in. I think we're going to stay on this same topic here. Cleveland County man reports encounter with Bigfoot, June 15th, 2010. Written by Steve Little from the Charlotte Observer. Cleveland County man reports encounter with Bigfoot. He was 10 feet tall with a long beard and yellowish-blond hair, Tim Peeler says. And in the early morning hours of June 5th, Peeler told authorities the creature, a Cleveland County version of Bigfoot, wandered onto Peeler's property in the rural northwest part of the county. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office has filed the case as a suspicious person report, but says it's keeping an open mind. Peeler lives on Vanada Drive, northwest of the town of Kesar. There is little or no civilization between his property and South Mountain State Park, one of North Carolina's least developed recreational sites. He told deputies he heard screeching and grunting sounds, came outside his cabin, and saw the creature near his mountain home. Peeler told authorities he thought the creature might be menacing his dogs. I rough-talked him and said, "You get away from here," he told News Channel 36, the Observer's news partner. Peeler, who said the creature had 6 fingers on each hand, told WCNC the Bigfoot left his property but came back a short time later. And I said, Get! And he went back down the path again, Peeler told the TV station. These reports aren't new to Cleveland County. Although it's been 3 decades since Nobby, the county's other well-publicized Bigfoot was in the news. In the winter of 1978 and 79, a number of people in the area near Carpenter's Knob, north of Kings Mountain, reported seeing a large creature with long black hair walking on 2 legs. Authorities surmised residents were seeing a large black bear, but the reports persisted. One property owner reported one of his goats died of a broken neck, and newspaper stories from the time reported of manhunts or Bigfoot hunts by some of the area's braver residents. Those stories tell of a large footprints being found and of theories that the creature might have been a panther. Reports of the sightings died out in the spring of '79, however. The sheriff's office says it's patrolled the area near Peeler's property regularly. If we see something, we'll try to capture it and take it into custody. Okay, folks, that's just funny. 10 feet tall, they're going to take it into custody. All right. That was Sergeant Mark Self that told the News Channel 36. I would pay to see that, okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to continue in the last sentence here. The sheriff's office says residents should use caution around any creatures in case they find themselves dealing with a not-so-friendly bear. Oh, really? 10 feet tall, 6 fingers in each hand, and you're going to take it into custody? Okay, Barney. I'm sorry. Anyways, okay, looks like we have time for one more. We're going back to 1977 in Davis County, North Carolina. This one reads, Dear Sirs, 26 years ago, myself, a cousin, and a friend were getting ready to camp out here in a little town called Mocksville, North Carolina, about 25 miles from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We were all teenagers enjoying the summer. After we pitched our tent, which was in a field about 200 yards from my friend's house, the woods were about 100 yards away from us. As we were starting a fire, we heard something running in the woods. It was heading toward the edge of the woods at an incredible pace. When it was almost through the woods, we took off running toward our friend's house. We were running down an old motorcycle path. It was running through the knee-high weeds. It still almost caught up to us. As we looked back, it was standing in the fire, throwing the logs out. It was at least 8 foot tall, very hairy. We ran to the house and told our story to his mom. Now, his mom had lived on a farm her whole life and wasn't really scared. She laughed at us and went outside to get some clothes off the line. A few minutes later, she came running in, scared to death. She said she'd seen something unlike anything she had ever saw. It was huge, she said. Looked like a monkey of some kind, but big, at least 8 foot tall. All that night we could hear it circle the house. It even came onto the porch a couple of times. We were all terrified, too scared to look out, and no phone to call for help. Eventually daylight came and it was gone. After we got up, we looked at the edge of the woods where it had come out. The branches were broke off up to about 8 feet. After that, I read every book on Bigfoot, and it made sense. The strong smell of urine, which we smelled before it came out of the woods, and the figure we saw. I've never told this before except the family, but it's true, and I have no doubt it was Bigfoot. About 2 years ago, several people had their dogs killed. One person had two 125-pound Rottweilers in a pen. Something got in with them one night and killed both dogs without a noise. Their throats were ripped out. This happened to several dogs. Experts were called in. No tracks were ever found. I believe it has came back. Oh my goodness. Now that is scary. See what I mean, folks? If you've listened to me before, I'm telling you that most of the time encounters with these creatures are not good ones. Usually scary. And this one's rather terrified. Once in a while we come across a nice one who's kind, even saves people's lives, or trades. But this one, just vicious. I don't know if it's a male making its territory known or whatever, but they seem to have a real issue with dogs for something all across the country. So if you've had an encounter, it will probably do you well to tell your story. Send it in. It'll certainly do us well so that we have more information to help people deal with these before they have an encounter. That way the aftermath of an encounter isn't as tough as it is on most people. Anyways, like, share, subscribe. Check out the links in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you buy some of the
once again, another great story. Thanks for tuning in. Please share your encounter. Email us.
Also, share this
bfrealencounters@mail.com. Your story is very important. We will treat it with the respect that it deserves. Also, be sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Thanks once again. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Watch out for our next video. Maybe we'll feature yours. Have a great day.